The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. The time now is 8 o'clock. World famous Butch and Bob Show for this Thursday morning, the 18th day of February. And how you doing, Bob?
Good. Spring training starts today.
Spring training?
Can't wait. Baseball is here.
Baseball is here. And we're excited about carrying the Braves this year. They've won the Eastern Division in the last 3 years in a row, one victory away from going to the World Series. A lot of good veterans back and young guys, and they've filled some holes up this year with some new acquisitions. Ought to be an exciting year for the Braves, Bob.
It should be. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Ought to be an exciting year. Very exciting year. And if you are a business owner or manager out there and you'd like to help sponsor Braves baseball to thousands of fans here in Southeast Georgia, just give us a call here at the radio station between 9 and 4 at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711, and we will email you the information on how your business or organization can be a sponsor of Braves baseball. You know, this will be our 51st year of bringing Braves baseball to Southeast Georgia. We're starting with our third generation of folks growing up and listening to Braves baseball right here on 105.5 FM. And so if you're a business owner, manager, or organization out there that'd like to be part of that and reach lots and lots of consumers out there in Southeast Georgia, we are the station for the Braves baseball that you can reach. And you can call in 912-427-3711, and we will email you all the information on how you could help sponsor Braves baseball here in Southeast Georgia. All right, we were supposed to have a Zoom call in this morning, a Zoom internet, Zoom, whatever you want to call it.
He's not using video, though.
He's not using video?
He's there. See his name. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. Okay, ready to go. So if he's not using video, then we're ready to go. Bob, go ahead and introduce our guest here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
Okay, we got a new doctor about to open up an office on March the 1st, Mr. Dr. Stephen Roth on the phone with us. Doctor, how you doing today?
I'm good. Just making sure you can hear me okay.
Yep, can hear you fine.
Hear you fine, Doctor.
Awesome.
You're an OBGYN, going to open up an office here March the 1st. Where's the office going to open up at?
Well, we're going to be on First Street. You know, the best way to describe it is we're across the street from Huddle House.
Okay. Opposite side of the street or the same side of the street or just?
The other side of the highway.
Where those other doctor complex is, not in that area with the other doctors run across from there.
Yeah, there's a couple of doctors' offices over there.
Yeah.
I tell people if you put your back to the front door of Huddle House, we're at about 2 o'clock on the other side of the road.
Across from the insurance agency there at Memorial Drive.
I believe that's right.
Right. Okay.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you find your way to Wayne County.
Wow. Okay, I'll try to paraphrase this. So I was in practice for many years in Florida, north of Tampa. And in 2007, took a little bit of a detour because I just saw the way medicine was going with doctors becoming more involved in the business of medicine and less involved in actually taking care of patients. And so I decided to go practice in New Zealand. And I was there for New Zealand and Australia the last 13 years. And then my wife and I, being in New Zealand, we were too far away from family, grandkids, and all that. And we really wanted to get back to the U.S. We were actually missing the U.S. I would say anybody who doesn't love America needs to go live in another country for a while, and then they'll find out how great this country is. So we fell in love with the St. Simons area. Driving through here on the way from one relative to another, and we came through St. Simons, and we were like, this is the place to live right here. This part of Georgia is amazing. So I actually got a job at Fort Stewart for about 6 months and was looking for other opportunities and found this opportunity in Jessup, which is absolutely right up my alley because the hospital maintains all of the overhead and everything else, and I can just see patients and do what I really like to do, which is women's health.
How about your medical background? Tell us about that.
So I went to college, university. My undergraduate degree is in biology at the University of South Florida in Tampa. And then after that, I went to medical school, also in the University of South Florida. Following medical school, I did my residency training at Caraway Methodist Medical Center, which has now been sort of incorporated as University of Alabama, Birmingham in Birmingham. So I put down both because Caraway has now been consumed by UAB. And then following that, I went to Florida, and I was in practice there from 1990 until 2007 when I went overseas.
So again, you're opening up an office on March the 1st. So if people want to see you, what's the best way to do it? What's the number? Who's in the office? Things like that. And I'm the first OBGYN that's been employed by the medical group. If you want to make an appointment to see me, you can call 912-559-2432 to set up an appointment. We're hoping to start seeing patients, like you just said, around March 1st or 2nd is our anticipation. But we'll be making patient appointments now. All right. I see all these Tampa connections. Were you a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan? Were you excited about the Super Bowl?
I enjoyed it. I go all the way back to when they were wearing orange and had a very interesting looking logo
with Coach McKay.
Oh my goodness, yes, yeah, from USC.
Yeah,
and he ran student body right, student body left a lot, and they didn't do very well.
Yeah, he had the favorite quote. They asked him how he felt about his team's execution. He said he was in favor of it. So.
Right.
That's great.
So yeah, I honestly, I guess I'm more of a college fan than the professional ranks. I think too many salaries and personalities get involved. Yeah. So, but I'm happy to see him win. I was happy to see Tom Brady do well.
Who's your college team?
Well, of course, I pull for South Florida now that they have a team. They've not done well in recent years. I gotta say, please, all you dog fans out there, please come still see me. But I'm a Alabama fan, I guess.
Good. How about hobbies? You got any hobbies?
I'm a golfer. Love playing golf. I've always liked to hunt and fish, but haven't been able to do that for many years. Growing up in South Alabama. So that's what I really love to do. And I actually like doing a lot of DIY projects. We've recently bought a house here on St. Simon's Island, and my wife has given me permission to do a few things there, as long as she gets approval for the big items. And I've assured her that I'm not going to hurt myself or anything when I'm doing these things.
Okay, if you're just joining us, again, Dr. Stephen Roth, OBGYN, opened up an office here in Wayne County in Jessup on March the 1st on 930 South 1st Street. Number to call, 912-559-2432. Anything else you want to tell us or anything else we need to know?
I think it's important to know sort of one of my philosophy. Number one is that I really care a lot about women's health. That's a primary focus of mine. It's been that way for almost 30 years. And I tend not to be somebody who stands there and talks to a patient with my hand on the doorknob. I really like to know what's going on and spend time with the patient as much as I can. I also sort of do the whole gamut of women's health with pretty advanced surgical procedures, minimally invasive surgeries, infertility, fertility issues, hormone replacement, all those kind of things. So sort of the whole gamut, and I'm not afraid to refer out if I believe somebody needs that or it's in their best interest.
Dr. Roth, what will your office hours and days be here in Jessup?
We're still adjusting that, and I think initially until we're up and running and getting, full steam with the number of patients, we'll probably be starting at about 9 o'clock, and then we'll adjust that perhaps earlier as we get more patients. And I would assume we'll go until after 4 o'clock, seeing patients.
Okay. And what you mentioned the hospital, Wayne Memorial Hospital, St. Joseph's Candler was one of the big reasons why you chose to practice here in Jessup. Tell us the relationship there and what they did to recruit you to here to Jessup to make it easier for you to be able to practice here in Jessup, Dr. Roth.
Certainly.
So congratulations, first of all, to you two on being world famous. I think that's pretty impressive right there. And I was going to start off by saying, how's your mom and them, just to show that I was a true Southerner, because only Southerners even understand what that means.
Right.
Well, when I was up at Fort Stewart, I was a federal employee there, and I really wanted to get back to more personalized service. So literally was looking through the internet and found this opportunity at Jessup, and then I met with Joe Iriarty, the CEO there, immediately. Super guy. Liked him so much, very pleasant, and he's my boss, so I guess maybe I have to say these things, but yeah, he is a tremendous guy, very welcoming, everything was can-do, and what he offered was to be an employed position where the Wayne SJC medical group would employ me. Now, they have an ENT doctor, a cardiologist, and a family doctor now here at Wayne Memorial, and I'd be the next addition, and that they would manage everything as far as hiring, firing, hopefully not too much of that, mostly hiring, but paying overhead and all the advertising, everything, and I would just come in and do what I like to do, which is take care of patients. And when I heard that, I was like, that is exactly what I'm looking for. And then, of course, being in rural South Georgia was not something I'm unaccustomed to, having practiced in rural Florida and growing up in Southeast Alabama. You know, it was something that I'm really accustomed to. Mm-hmm. So then in touring the hospital, my wife and I did that on one visit, and we just fell in love with the place. Clean, neat, super friendly. Everybody has a can-do spirit. Met the other OBGYNs that are in the town. They were so welcoming and so pleasant. I can't say enough positive things about your community, the hospital, and the staff that I've come in contact with.
Okay, Dr. Stephen Roth, new doctor here in town, OBGYN, and you're reopening up soon. And what will be the first day that you will see patients, doctor?
Well, we're anticipating probably March 2nd. March 1st is still going to be some computer stuff, but I think if you call the office, call that number that you've mentioned, they can make arrangements, and we'll have a better idea then. We haven't set up specific hours, but March 1st or 2nd would be the first day we're going to see patients. I have already taken call. I worked at the hospital this past weekend and delivered a couple of babies, and so I'm working there, but I'm taking call until that point, until early March.
Well, Dr. Roth, we welcome you here to Jessup in Wayne County. We hope you're here quite a while practicing medicine here in town, and we wish you the best and look forward to seeing you around town.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time there this weekend. You have a lovely community, and I'm looking forward to being more involved.
All right, you take care.
Thank you so much.
All right. Dr. Stephen Roth, OBGYN, seeing patients more likely on March 2nd will be the first day. You can go ahead and set up appointments at 912-559-2432, 912-559-2432. We've got guests in the green room, and we'll be back with more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Country Financial is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction for home insurance according to J.D. Power. Why am I sharing such big news instead of some mascot or movie star? Because at Country Financial, we don't invest in all that. We invest in our clients. Call me, Stephanie, at 912-588-1051 at Shauna Quinn's office to learn more about Country Financial's J.D. Power award-winning home insurance.
For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Damon's famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup. Dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
When it comes to growing a family business, we understand the business of growing. At First Southern Bank, we've been meeting the needs of South Georgia farmers for over 100 years with competitive ag loan rates, including equipment loans, farmland loans, and lines of credit. First Southern Bank has all the banking tools you need to help keep your growing business growing. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. For loan rates and more, visit firstsoutherngA.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Bob, we got a studio full of guys.
Yeah, as we mentioned last week on our Sportscast, the wrestlers did real well this year. Got to the state meet. 5 wrestlers went to Macon and did well. Had a couple finishing the top 5 and one finishing the top 12. And we got Coach Hayes, a couple of wrestlers with us to talk about the trip to Macon. Again, Coach, this was your first year at the wrestling program, is that right? Coach Poinsettia started a couple of years ago. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th year wrestlers been here.
Yeah, yes, sir, absolutely. It is my first and the 3rd year of the program in total. 2nd year with the middle school program. Definitely saw some dividends from that. And, tip of the hat to Coach Poinsett and Coach Pratt for the job they did getting this thing started. And, my biggest role, I think, was getting these 3 guys on the bus and getting them up to Macon and just driving them there. They're great kids and had a really good team, filled a full lineup this year, and definitely made some strides for the program.
Talk to some people who went up there to the event. This is a very exciting event. Wrestling has been an exciting sport here ever since it started. Now, I've been to the couple meets here, and fans seem to enjoy it. It's just an exciting sport.
Absolutely, and we call our gym the wrestling arena over at the old Martha Ross Smith gym behind the Board of Education. And if you've never been to a meet, in Wayne County, I'd encourage you to come out. We love our venue. Kids take pride in it, and it is a fun sport. It gets the adrenaline pumping, gets the blood flowing, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
A couple of female wrestlers. How did they do at state?
Absolutely. So we took 1 female. Started the year with 3. We took 1 female. They automatically qualified for the state tournament this year. Georgia High School was trying to grow that sport. We certainly want to grow it on our part, as well. Jaden Jolin, she wrestled in the 112-pound girls division. She went 1-2 at state, facing some really tough competition. She lost to a Tiff County girl in the first round, which is 7A high school. She was an upperclassman. Jaden's only a freshman. And then she lost to a girl from Jackson County, so beat a girl from Temple High School. So had a really good tournament, 1-2. First time at state as a freshman. We're proud of her for winning a match for sure.
Well, you took 5 wrestlers to Macon in the boys' match. Like I said, 2 finished in the top 5. Both Hayden Beasley and Camden Williams with us, and Gray Davis is with us, finished in the top 12. So why don't you introduce them and tell us how they did, and we'll get them all here to talk here on the show.
Absolutely. So just like Bob said, got Hayden Beasley, who wrestled at he wrestled 3 weight classes this year, was a great leader for us, really willing to do anything we needed him to do, wrestling anywhere from 195 all the way down to 170, and he's been a day one guy. He had a phenomenal tournament. He won the region 2 weeks ago at Coffee and kind of ran through that, went 2-0 of the region tournament.
Let's move the mic on around to him.
Had a really good tournament.
There, that one. You can do that one. No. Coach, you keep yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Really proud of Hayden. Wrestled a solid tournament. Lost a heartbreaker with his first match. Won his first match. Lost a heartbreaker in the 3rd round of the championship bracket to a kid from Johnson, Gainesville. Just a really strong kid with a really, really good motor. Lost it late 3rd round, and then lost to a kid that was an eventual. He was runner-up last year, an eventual 3rd-place guy this year.
So is it a double elimination event? Is that how you have to use twice before they knock you out?
Yes, sir. So you can stay in the championship bracket for as long as possible to wrestle for 1st and 2nd, and then once you get your first loss, you're in that consolation wrestle back where your best possible scenario is 3rd place.
Okay. Let's talk to Hayden. Hayden, tell us a little bit about yourself, who your parents are, what year you're in school, and about your wrestling experience up there in Macon.
I'm a senior at Wayne County High School. my mom's Candace Beasley. I got grandparents Stella and Daryl Carter. The season, it went a little bit better than I expected. I started off strong, wrestling up to cover one of our missing wrestlers. And down through the season, I kind of backed down to 170. So once I got there, I kind of tried to manage my weight and stay around there until it got to region. And I knew as soon as I went in as 170 in region, I knew I had to stay there and stick there until state finished. So I got there and I finished the season as best as I could.
How was it running that region champion? How's it feel to be a region champion? This is a tough region with a lot of good wrestling programs.
It was pretty cool. I mean, it's the only tournament I've ever won. So
they give you a medal, trophy. What do you get?
I got a medal.
Medal.
Yes, sir.
You've been in the program 3 years. Have you been since it started?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about it?
It's for a 3-year program. It definitely has. It's grew a lot. My sophomore year, we introduced. It was high school. Then junior year, we introduced middle school. So there's a lot more kids than I thought would actually want to do it in middle school. So hopefully it just keeps going and growing.
When it first started, what got you to join?
When I was growing up, I used to watch WWE, and I was like,
well, you're saying nothing like WWE.
I was like, yeah. I was thinking about it. It's like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have a favorite wrestler?
All of them.
All. I wanted to ask you about making. They got weight classes. How is it having to maintain your weight and worry about that? How conscientious or what you eat, things like that.
In my case, I'm pretty solid. I'm easy at maintaining my weight, but some of the wrestlers, they just get hungry. They end up weighing over 3-4 pounds over their weight.
All right. Okay, well, let's move on to the guy next to you. He finished in the top 5 as well, Camden Williams. Cam, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So have you been wrestling for 3 years, or what year are you at school?
Just 2. I'm a senior. I've been wrestling for 2 years.
Okay.
Do you play any other sports?
Football and track.
Okay.
And who's your parents?
Luke and Christine McKinney.
Okay. So tell us about your experience. You're also a region champion. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It's very fortunate to be region champion and be able to go to wrestle in Macon and not have to worry about making weight. It was a great experience, and very proud and happy and excited to be able to do it with my friends here.
So how was about your state experience? Tell us about your matches. How many matches did you have? And
won 3, lost 2. All my losses were overtime decisions.
Both by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's tough.
That's tough to swallow right there. You lose that by a nip.
Yeah, so we thought Cam did a really good job. We end up in the fifth in the place to the match to go to third, fourth place match wrestling. Kid out of our region, Jesus Riano, really good wrestler from Coffee. Cam handles the match in the circle. With time running off the clock, about 2 seconds left, the referee gave the other kid a stalling point, said that Cam was not pushing the tempo of the match. I adamantly disagreed. Really hated for an official to implicate himself in that big of a match, with 2 seconds running off the clock. Where,
that is.
So they want to do the show in wrestling, too. I thought it was just football and baseball. It is. They don't realize they're not part of the show.
It is definitely a thing, and those are some of my comments, and to Cam's credit and his character, he didn't. He just kept wrestling in overtime, and it was such a close match, an evenly matched contest. They went to three different overtimes, and he loses, late in the fourth on a wrestle off in a 30-second, kind of sudden death type thing.
Got a third wrestler in here, Gray Davis, finished in the top 12. While the matches were going on Saturday, your grandfather, Kenny Brown, was keeping everybody up to date with his phone. He was getting his update, and he told me about you went up against this guy that was undefeated or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's
he's a 3-time state champion.
And what's his name?
Singleton.
His last name was Singleton.
Singleton kid from Woodland Academy.
Yeah. And he's a second in the country. The
he's
nation.
Like 29-0. Yeah. So, did you know that when you go to the match? Do you have any idea?
I mean, you know their record, but you don't know what the competition is, like, from their region or how good they actually are.
Right.
But, I mean, he was ranked first in the competition, the tournament, so I knew he was going to be
I heard
really
you had
good.
drawn, though. I heard it was a pretty good match.
My match?
Yeah.
It lasted, my dad keeps making fun of me because it lasted about 75 seconds.
Okay.
I think his coach lied to him and I told him he was ranked 8th nationally to make him feel a little better about it. But I will say the kid was special. Gray is one of our strongest wrestlers and one of our most physical kids, and it was two bulls in the center of a circle. Now it was impressive.
No, I think the second match you lost there was real close, less
than 10 seconds.
I heard that's the one you were upset about. You weren't upset losing the guy who was undefeated, but the one you lost the second time, you thought you had a chance to win that one.
Yeah, mainly because the first match I lost, I mean, I still had a chance to keep wrestling. Second match I lost, it was just over. I couldn't do anything about that.
I didn't ask you who your parents are because I know, but go ahead and tell people who your parents are.
My parents are Laurie and Craig Davis.
And how long have you been wrestling in the program?
This is my third year.
And also played football, linebacker, had a great year. So, again, Coach, just hats off to you. And said for only being in the third year of the program to already have kids going to state and competing state and finishing the top 5 and top 12. I mean, it's just amazing how far the program's come this quickly.
Absolutely, Bob. And I'd be amiss if I didn't say thank you to our help. Had a great, what we call our booster club, MAC club. Don Adams is our president. Shalina Driggers and Miss Lori Davis helped out a ton. Mikey Ward was a part of that. And then my assistant coaches, Coach Thomas Swilley, who coaches our O-line, and Coach Austin Wilder, who coaches our secondary and special teams, and Coach Tommy Weatherspoon coached our middle school along with Ron Twilley, a community coach, and had great numbers with that. Really excited about the middle school group we got coming up. And, you say third year, and I don't know that really resonates with people talking about the kid that, Gray wrestled. He's probably been doing it since he was 3, and just the amount of catch-up time that we have, just the grit that these kids have. And the other two qualifiers for state were Xander Wilson at our 160-pound class, and then junior Camden Townsend. So really proud of those kids as well. They went up and had some tough competition at state and were great teammates.
They give wrestling scholarships to colleges. Any chance that any of these kids? I'm curious what these guys plan to do after they all said they're seniors. I'm curious what they're going to do after graduation. So I'll start with Gray. Gray, what's your plans?
I want to pursue education in film studies. Hopefully it's like Georgia, one of the Atlanta colleges, because they're big in movies and stuff like that.
Okay. Mr. Camden.
I would like to get a scholarship for track, but I'll do whatever I got to. And not decided what I want to study yet.
What's your position track?
I throw.
You throw the discus and shot put?
Yes, sir.
I got you. And that season starts quickly. I mean, the track's not ready, but I got the schedule. So once again, the track team will on the road the whole season.
Yes, sir.
And how about Hayden? What you plan to do, Hayden?
After school, I should start for the IBEW in August when the semester starts there. So,
tell me what that is, because I didn't know what he told me about that.
The IBEW is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. The union, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, at least y'all got your eyes set on the prize. That's good. So, wish y'all the best of luck. Hope you enjoying your senior year. Is it good to be back in school? And everybody has the big debate, but all 3 of you are in school. So, how's it going at Wayne County High School?
Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely at one point it did get real up there with the COVID. So, I wouldn't say it's settled down. I know it's not gone, but it definitely has got better than what it was.
Did y'all have to have your own water bottles and things like that during sports and with the COVID thing? So you had all those protocols. How is it wearing the mask every day? Is that okay?
I mean, it's kind of became a custom to me. So, like, I don't even realize it's there anymore. Mm-hmm. So
I hope I get to that point. I haven't got to that point yet. It's still aggravating to me.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, Coach, we appreciate you bringing these guys in. Like I said, thanks again. Congrats on a great season and great show at state. And like I said, I'm sure the program's going to build, and hopefully that women's program will continue to build as well. So,
absolutely. Thank you guys for having us. We really
appreciate y'all coming in. Thanks so much.
Congratulations, guys. All right. World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, brought to you by First Southern Bank. by Murphy Builder Supply, by O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial, and by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.